And we are back with the fifth segment of the GSMC basketball podcast presented by the GSMC Sports Network. And in this fifth segment, we are going to be doing a quick preview of Game 5. This is going to be a little bit of a shorter segment than the rest of them because, I'm a little bit more excited for this game than. Because we might have a series. Like, we might actually have a series. Now, before I thought this was going to be a sweep. However, I'm a little bit more confident now that this series, it could extend a little bit more than a few more games. Now, I'll explain why. So, I said before, not a single team has ever won after trailing 3-0 in the NBA Finals, right? That was the reason why I thought the series was over. Because unlike in other sports, whenever it's 3-0, that is it. Like it for NBA. No team has ever been able to do it. However, no team has ever won a series after losing by 38 in a finals game. Like, that has never happened before either. So, two outcomes that have never happened before in the history of basketball could happen right here after this game or after game 7. Like, it could happen. And with this sort of this unstoppable force meeting an immovable object kind of thing going on with the series, I'm a little bit more optimistic. Now, I'm very superstitious, and I think that things, they always happen for a reason. And this is like, obviously, like, this being like a little bit of a thing that clashes heads. It's like, it could make the series a little bit more competitive, and it could give Dallas something to sort of fight back with. Not only that, the way that the Celtics are taking these losses are a bit meh. I don't know how to describe it other than they're just meh, if that makes sense. So this is what Jason Tatum allegedly said, like at the end of expecting to win Game 5. We would love to win Game 5, but if it doesn't happen, it's not the end of the world. Like, what? That's your response to, like, we want to win Game 5, but I mean, if we don't, then it's whatever. No, the response should have been like, yes, we want to win in Game 5. Period. Done. Because it's like, why do you want to like prolong? Why are you like dangling the fish or something like that? Like, trying to prolong this this series when you don't need to. Just saying, like, it's not the end of the world. Like, it could be the end of the world if you mess up. If you mess this up, it could genuinely be the end of the world for the Celtics if you mess this up. If you become the first team to lose a series after being up 3-0, you are going to get clowned out of, like, the entire city of Boston is going to get clowned for decades. They aren't going to be able to live that down. They genuinely won't. And it's like, it's not the end of the world. Like, is that really the answer? Like, is that really how you view it? Like, it's just meh, it's whatever. I mean, we could win, or if we lose, it's like, cuz to me, it's like they aren't even, it's like, it seems like they, like, obviously I'm not saying that they don't want to win, but it seems like they don't want to put their heart and soul into winning, if that makes sense. Like, it's, I don't know. Maybe I'm just overreacting because of like the question that was asked, but at the same time, it's like I wouldn't really answer that question. I wouldn't even like bring up if it doesn't happen, it's not the end. I wouldn't even bring that up because it's like all I would say is we would love to win in Game 5. Or actually, like, I wouldn't even say we would love to. I would say, like, I want to win in Game 5. Period. Done. And it's like, because you have set your goal and you are going to try and set the goal, right? You're going for it. But this kind of response, it's sort of like you're going for it, but if you don't get it, it's like, eh. If that makes sense. Like, I don't know why. It's like it doesn't seem like they want it. As And it seems like, they're just going through the motions of this game and thinking that Dallas is going to lie down and take it and just end it. I feel like that, yes, that's what the response is. Like, if they think Dallas is going to lie down, and I'm just like, no, Dallas is not going to lie down. And while the series might not have been competitive before, it could end up being competitive soon. And you don't want that to happen if you are in the position that you're in right now with Boston. I mean, you have game 5. You have it at home. There is no need to try to, be nonchalant about this. Close the game out in 5, and while you're at home, so you don't have to worry about traveling over to Dallas again, losing in Dallas, and then traveling back to play in your home, but this time with the pressure of a game 7. You do not want that. You do not want to put yourself in that position. You have to win it now. And that's really like the big thing, and like the big reason why I think, this series it could end up going a little bit longer than what we might think or what we were expecting. So, but with that, regardless of that, I still think that the Celtics are going to end up winning. Like I think they're going to end up winning this game and closing it out. But again, this is just like, this is really like, it's so difficult to pick because it's like it's an unstoppable force meeting an immovable object, and it's like I'm sticking with Boston just because of the fact that they're at home and they recently got absolutely destroyed, and I'm fairly confident in their ability to bounce back in this one. But I'm not going to say that I'm completely confident on my pick. I'm going to say that like my pick right here, it's 51-49. How about that? Because it's like I really want to pick Dallas, but I just don't see I don't see it happening. I genuinely as of here, I don't see it. But I'm just saying that it's definitely like a possibility that it does happen. So I think I go 51 Celtics, 49 Dallas Mavericks on who I think is going has the better odds of winning. And it's really, really close. And I know it shouldn't really be that close because the Celtics are 3-1 in this series, and they're up by 3-1. They've dominated in every single game that they've won in. But that the response to that Tatum gave to the media and sort of the way that they've been acting about this, these series and the losses that they've had, well, not really the losses that they've had, but the loss that they had, I don't really feel it. I don't know why. I don't think this is a good mindset to have. And when you have a mindset like this, where it's you aren't determined to finish out the series, then I don't think you're going to finish out the series, plain and simple. But that's all I really have for this 5th segment, and that is the end of the podcast. Let me know in the comments what you guys thought about the game. Let me know what you guys think is going to happen for this game in the comments, and I'm definitely going to be watching this game that's going down. It's starting at, I believe, 8:30. Yes, it's going to be on at 8:30 on ABC, so definitely going to be tuning in. And thank you for tuning in to the GSMC Basketball Podcast, presented by the GSMC Sports Network. Your support, it means a lot to us, so remember to subscribe to the show, leave a positive review. It really does make a difference. We also invite you to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram for more content and updates. And as usual, please remember to use the link in the description to get your comments recognized, or the link displayed below the ticker on every single show segment. That is GSMCPodcast.net. That is all I have for you guys in this segment. Thank you once again. I am your host, Nelson, and enjoy the game later tonight. As always, take care.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet. Damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go